My name is Roger Clifford. I'm a captain with the Baytown Police Department. We just wanted to pass on some information. We had a very tragic night, the night and early morning of the 30th of September, revolving around three separate crashes of vehicles. One of them was certainly just a horrific fatality accident. We'll go with that. The first thing we had last night was an 18-wheeler somehow lost control. We don't know exactly the causes of that were as he was on I-10 westbound. He was in the inside lane, suddenly veered off the road to the right, went down the embankment, went across the feeder road, and went into the Toyota dealership on I-10 just between John Martin and Garth Road. That 18-wheeler went into the car lot parking lot. There were several cars, 6 to 7 cars, that were damaged from the impact. The driver of that 18-wheeler was taken by life flight to Herman Hospital last night and do not have the current condition of his injuries at this time. I'm not sure if they were life-threatening. We'll have to check the hospital. Then a second incident happened sometime around 10, 11 o'clock last night. I'm thinking, if I got the information correct, I believe it was closer to midnight. Right. The second crash occurred around midnight, involving a single motorcycle. We don't know what happened there. It was on I-10 also. It was westbound near the North Main Street exit. The driver of the motorcycle lost control at the exit there, and was actually, when officers arrived on the scene, he was lying in the middle of the feeder road there. He was taken by life flight as well to Herman Hospital. When the officers were investigating the crash involving the motorcycle, it was determined that he was not wearing a helmet. His injuries were serious and do not have a up-to-date condition on him either. And then the most disturbing incident we had last night was shortly after 2 a.m. this morning of the 30th. We don't know all the exact facts yet. It is under investigation, but we had a vehicle that was on Bayway Drive. According to witnesses, the vehicle was driving at a high rate of speed, was passing 2 or 3 other vehicles. Apparently some of these vehicles that this car was passing, the occupants knew each other. As they were passing at a very high rate of speed on Bayway Drive, somewhere near what we call the greenhouse, or near Bay Villa Street, he went too far, caught the edge of the road, tried to overcorrect, and lost control of the vehicle. The vehicle flipped at least once, and there were 3 occupants in the car. All 3 occupants were dead at the scene. These were all young men, and that's anytime someone loses a life in a car crash, it's always tragic. Our hearts go out to the families of this. There were 3 young men, all in their 20s. It's just a tragic accident, a tragic crash. The bad thing is we suspect that alcohol was probably involved. There's never, ever going to be a good outcome when people decide to take intoxicating beverages into their system, or anything that would intoxicate, and then attempt to drive a motor vehicle. This one obviously resulted in tragedy, and our hearts go out to the families. I can't begin to put myself in their place and what they're feeling, but it's a tragedy. And as a representative of the Baytown Police Department, we just want to encourage people to understand that driving and alcohol do not mix, and we would encourage people to drive and drink responsibly, and if you're going to drink, get someone else to drive. And again, our hearts go out to the families.